What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your W King skills by analyzing top EU pro Mitr0 and how he's dropping high kill games in the new season. But before I get into this VOD review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code TALON.FN in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen, you have Mitr0's POV. This is going to be a high kill arena win in the new season. Now, a couple of things. I always start every single season off with a Mitr0 VOD review. That's why we're taking a look at him. And my microphone broke in transit, so that's why my microphone sounds completely different. As you can pretty much tell from the background, I'm in a completely different setup. So that's why my mic quality isn't as good. But we're going to jump in right here, landing at something cannon. I can't remember the exact name.
No one even landed on me. That's just funny.
Now you're going to see kind of just the use of the meta here, just him staying on top. Now the Ranger guns are awful. I'd take a gray MK over any of the Ranger guns. It doesn't fit meta in my opinion. He gets this guy trapped, this guy looking completely lost. Stinger SMG definitely being the main weapon of choice this season. And this is going to be a very good season for Mitr0 in my opinion, just because this is so aim-centric, and that is his playstyle. Mitr0 relies heavily on his aim and nothing really else. He's not insane mechanically. I'm not saying he's bad, but that's not what he relies on. Any Mitr0 VOD review is very aim-centric. Could use spray through here. I brag about his aim and he misses every shot. Good block off right there. Now he's kind of in a scuff situation. There, he gets up quickly. Third partying. This is also the meta of this season. Look at that. Just quick right to the head. Right hand peek right here. Trusting his hipfire aim. Now this is before the hipfire nerf. Nowadays you'd want to be using that stinger, but he does not have a lot of ammo. With this being such a spray-centric meta, you're going to be wanting to make sure that you prioritize ammo boxes. You can run out of ammo like this season for sure. And this is early on too. That's Fries off HP. So this is 2,000 ring points. This is the first couple days of the season. Seeing attempted pre-fire right here. Now a little bit of a 50-50. This is the... Now I'm just going to go over just why this is, again, just doesn't make sense, right? This is almost just 50-50. You've tagged him a lot of damage. You don't know his HP. And then you just play it. You just psycho in right here, right? It nearly gets you killed. So one, placing the cone here is not my preferred method for this exact reason. You get this weird phase in where and notice how it just causes you to miss your aim. Stay above there, and then the spray. And the guy was very weak. He got absolutely fried.
I'm 1 HP to that guy. Impressive there.
Just play smarter, play on your walls, use the spray through. You could get tons of spray through damage with the stinger, even at this current point in the season. Especially against wood, you get bleed through with any material. Kind of is what's making this season one of the worst competitively balanced seasons in the entire history of the game.
Where is it?
And he's talking about ammo. It's what I mentioned earlier. You really need to
shoot that shit.
You got to prioritize finding ways to get ammo into your inventory. Med Mist is a fantastic item as well. There's tons of healing items. No reason to be carrying med kits when you have Med Mist, when you have those slurp chugs. The only downside of those slurp chugs as well being the fact you can't use them in Storm. Med Mist you can. And I believe this is optimal meta right here too. You have an MK, you have a shotgun, and then you have a stinger, and you have 2 heal. I believe that is the way to go. And honestly, with the hipfire nerf to the MK, I think it's even more optimal to take stinger over MK if you want to do 3 heal. If you want to do minis, bigs, and a white heal. Now this is such a kind of scuffed area, and you see the shotgun not hitting for 24, not a lot. And there you can see full pieced. Fantastic job right there. He gets a little bit of ammo for all of his guns there. You really got a lot of medium out of that. And like I said, you get that bleed through damage. The guy actually hits a nice cone. I love him backing out right there. Good read where that opponent's going to go. Notice how he's cutting off exactly where the opponent's going to go. He cones him off again. And like I said, nothing mechanically that's just blows your mind, but it's just...
I mean, does this shit shoot slower than the pump?
It is pretty slow. Yes, it is slow.
Bro, the timing is just fucking different. It's so annoying.
Yeah, the timing is pretty poor. This is also, they did buff that pull-out time as well. But in terms of just like competitive skill, with this being very third-party centric, with it being very spray centric, the current meta is horrendous. It's very low skill, and what's even sad is you heard a couple of things like, man, look at that aim at far range. I could see Mitr0 having a very successful season.
A bit slower. Like, why not just make it the same at that point?
Vibing out to the radio. 6 kills, pulling back up into Condo Canyon. I love this move that he does right here. Now, it doesn't end up working out, but switching the passenger seat to go for shots. And you're going to see here, this is a perfect, just very slow, methodical fight. But I want to talk about sitting on a right-hand peak here as well. Did you see the mechanics? Missing a couple edits. This guy's just constantly building. It's a nice little tap fire damage.
He gets
Notice how he's just not built
insane.
He's not cranking up, and this is going to win him the fight.
He's max mats as well. He's farmed the whole game. You know.
His push is very slow, controlled, methodical, which can get you in trouble sometimes.
That's what happens when you literally build so much, my friend.
And look, the opponent literally had no mats. Sorry guys, there was an ad. Let's continue. And that's what he was talking about. He just let that guy crank. He knew it was probably early-ish on spawn. Mats are kind of hard. Metal, in my opinion, this season is very difficult to come by at a consistent rate. You can find brick and wood everywhere, but finding a good amount of metal is really difficult for most of these POIs. Good pressure. This guy's completely lost, and you see just the hip fire aim, fantastic. Now this would be great for rotations and tournaments. Chili Chug's coming back. Good reload management. You're going to see him kind of crank up. He's going to get on the pepper and go. Now, in this situation, I would go to wood. Don't waste your hard mats. Crank it up. See the mechanics on display. Spray through. I'm joking about the mechanics. Right-hand peek. Trying to get that pre-fire. Takes it. It's a good job right there. Retaking it with a stinger. That's one thing you could do. Shotguns do more damage to the wall. And spraying with a stinger. These are two great ways to get weapons back. And you see here the mechanics here.
Oh my god, I'm bad. I'm done. Oh my god, I'm not.
Very fortunate there not to die. If the opponent was better, would have definitely died there. But you see what I'm talking about, right? This is a very aim-centric meta. You know, mechanics aren't the most important thing. And you can see nearly cost there with him choking two edits there, nearly dying to the spray through. This person plays the meta that he's fighting very well. And just running at you with the stinger, you know. Unfortunately, no nerfs, which is what everyone was incredibly surprised about. And you see the person just spraying. And he is so lucky he wins that. At 7 HP. Now, I will say this, that with that hip fire to the nerf, there's no way you're pulling that off with the MK7 now. Your bullet spread is just too much.
SMG.
And that, unfortunately, is the meta. I think he kind of learned that the hard way. I mean, the shotguns are almost pointless to use in most situations. Good pre-fire attempt. Predicts where he's going to go. Box, look at it. SMG. Doesn't even need the shotgun. It's a good understanding of meta. And I know this is early on, so he's probably just learning. Sorry guys, there was an ad. Let's continue. Now he gets fried off here at third party, does a good job of creating space, gets his big off, and now he's talking about how he's surprised how he didn't get pushed here after basically getting fried off shield, but actually probably more result of a third party. Good crack right here, and then just in this situation, spray through, you're going to get an easy elimination. Now with only 3 opponents left,
there we go.
And now he's got pretty much a gold setup all around other than the MK. He's then going to launch pad around, find some people. But obvious thing, I think the biggest takeaway from this is the importance of aim this season. And how basically all controller players have essentially been nerfed. Now his opponent tries to pad. Look at that. You can't do that now with the way the MK is now. Good spray through. This is a fantastic. You want to make sure that when you're on defense against a Stinger to have at least 2 layers so the spray through doesn't work. Now in this situation I think it's a lot different. You know the opponent is super weak. Look at all the bleed through damage. Good recognition here. That crosshair placement is immaculate. Now you got to be pretty confident you're not going to get one pumped here. And that's the thing, is you can pretty much be confident that you're not going to get one pumped. He double swings there, gets him a little bit in trouble.
It was so sick.
As a legendary MK, opponent just flies in.
Fuck?
And he just takes advantage. This shotgun does hit pretty well. The gold one obviously hits probably the closest to the pump out of all of them. And then you see, look at the.
Oh my god, this thing is broke.
Yeah, the bleed through damage is absolutely crazy. Cuts him off. So 1v1 gets the front. Fantastic. GG's. Great stuff from Mitr0. I'm telling you, this could be a potential Mitr0 season just with how aim-centric, spray-centric, with this play style, mechanics not being a big deal, not even have to worry about bail-ups. It's all about how good is your SMG tracking this season, how good is your AR tracking this season in terms of W keying and early on in those competitive solo events. Now with duos too, I mean, with the spray minute, just coordinating your sprays and being accurate in boxes, I'm telling you, this could be a very big season for Mitr0 overall, just because that suits his play style. And you've seen it here, just constant good aim. You've seen him eliminate his opponents without using the shotgun, and you could still see on display even attempting free fires and doing all that stuff. Still part of the game, but not as big of a part. Biggest takeaway from this is just make sure that you are training your aim on mouse and keyboard, and if you're on controller, I think it's actually worth this season to switch over. They had an opportunity to fix the aim assist nerf, not buff, that they said was intentional. They did not do that in the update before Christmas. So I would say at this point, yeah, it's probably worth to try and maybe switch. You're maybe not going to be successful this season, but you need to keep in this back pocket that with the way this season has gone on, this can maybe just be a future, which would just be awful in the competitive season. This is kind of how competitive could go. Maybe they'll revert to more of a more balanced and less spray meta in the future. I hope that there's just tweaks and balance tweaks. They have a good base with this season, a lot of new content, different guns, all that stuff. They just need some balancing tweaks, which unfortunately they kind of addressed, but again, leaving the Stinger untouched is just inexcusable. But guys, that is going to do it for today's VOD review. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.